Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum.
So I'm about to tell you a story that I promise you is 100% true. The other day I was leaving my office and I have a motorcycle that I ride here in Greensburg, and so I was heading down Tollgate Hill Road that ends at that intersection of Gabriel Brothers and Sonic and all that right there. And so I was heading down that hill, and I live just to the left if you turn towards Walmart. And so I was sitting at that stoplight there and turning left onto 30, which is a 2-lane road. And so when the light turned green, I went across the intersection. And what people tend to do there is that when they're turning onto 30 from a 1-lane road to a 2-lane road, they don't hold their lane. They switch lanes in the turn, which doesn't work. That you can't do that, but that's beside the point. That has absolutely nothing to do with what I'm telling you about. But anyway, so I was coming into the left lane, turning left onto 30, and traffic was backed up. It was bumper to bumper traffic, and so I was sticking out in the intersection a little bit. It was still green. I still had the right of way. I was waiting for the light at Walmart to turn green so that the traffic could shift and then we could get on there. So my feet are down. I'm on the motorcycle. I'm sitting there, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, someone plows into the back of me. That's my first wreck that I've ever had on my motorcycle. But here's the crazy thing. Here's the best part of the story. Here's where the story changes significantly. The person that plowed into the back of me was a very large person on a pedal bicycle. They were coming down Tollgate Hill Road. Apparently didn't have any brakes. Apparently didn't have any wisdom about how this wouldn't be smart or anything like that. Barrels out into traffic. All I'm doing is I'm sitting on my bike, and over the sound of my pipes, I hear this clanging of metal. I'm assuming it's fenders slapping everywhere on this bike that's about to fall apart. And before I can realize what's happened, all of a sudden I feel a little pump in the back, and then I hear a string of curse words. And then when I finally get my bearings and I start to look around in this bumper to bumper traffic, I see this guy in exercise shorts and a cut-off t-shirt, and he's holding one leg up on the bicycle, pedaling with the other leg. His pants aren't quite on him all the way. He's obviously injured himself, and he's screaming over his shoulder as he's trying his hardest to get away from me as fast as he can. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. I laugh about it now. I wanted to be so mad in that moment, but I couldn't figure out how to be mad. I wanted to chase the guy down and exchange information, but he got away too quick, and it was bumper to bumper traffic, and I didn't know how I would find him, and I didn't even know what information you would exchange in that moment. I probably should have called the cops. I probably should have done all that. There's a million different things that go through my head, but I'm excited about the fact that I now have this story. That's what I love about this. I would love for the guy to pay for the fender that he ruined. I would love for the guy to have to answer for the absolute stupidity that happened there. I'd love to figure out what in the world was going through his head. I'd love to have that conversation, but that's beside the point. See, I absolutely love telling stories. I'm a pastor here in Greensburg, and I love it more than anything. I moved here to plant a church, and I have been pastoring here for now about 13 years, I guess, and I absolutely love it. It's what I'm passionate about, and it's what I love, but I'm not from here. I moved here to plant a church in Greensburg. I chose Greensburg. I had the chance to go anywhere that I wanted in the U.S. We traveled around. We looked. Our goal was the Pittsburgh area. And as we traveled around some of the big cities around Pittsburgh, we chose Greensburg. Why in the world would we choose Greensburg? Well, mainly because it has a Permane Brothers. I'll be honest with you. I would choose Greensburg again. See, I grew up in South Arkansas, right at the Louisiana border, and the crazy thing about that is there is nothing there in a place called Monticello, Arkansas. We barely had a Walmart. They got a movie theater when I left. There was nothing there. But I grew up there loving the big city. Not only loving the big city, I also grew up there a diehard hockey fan. Now, I was a Red Wings fan. I converted. I was a Red Wings fan then. So being in southern Arkansas, being a big city person, and then growing up a hockey fan, I really didn't fit in there. I have this trait that I get made fun of quite often for. And it's this personality trait that I feel that if I like something, it's the greatest thing in the world, and I treat it like that, and I get so passionate about it that everybody always says that I'm over the top trying to convince everybody that it's the greatest thing in the world. That's what I want this vlog to be. I want it to be about how I love this city. And it's the greatest city, and I can't wait to tell you the stories about this city. The stories of the churches in this city that I've got to be a part of. The story of the church that I've planted here in Greensburg, but not just about churches, not just about those things. The story of the restaurants that I've found. The pizzas. We've got incredible pizza here, and I wonder which one is the greatest pizza in Greensburg. We've got these incredible parks here that I love to take my kids to. We've got these amazing places to ride motorcycles to, and I want to talk about all of those things and talk about these are my favorite things, and these are why I exist in the city of Greensburg. But I also want to hear from you. I want you to convince me that your pizza place is the best place in the world. I want you to convince me that your restaurant is the best in the world. I want you to convince me that what you do is the best in the world. And together we're going to create this culture around the city of Greensburg, and we're going to tell everybody why we love this city so much. See, but there's a purpose. There's a more of a purpose behind this channel than any of this stuff, and I'm going to share that with you next week. But for now, here's what I want to do. I want to start out this vlog that I'm so excited about doing, and that I'm excited about sharing about, and I'm excited about talking about, and I hope that you'll subscribe to this channel. I'm hoping that you'll like this video. I'm hoping that you'll set the notification bell as we release these weekly videos to explain all this stuff, and I want to work together with us to create this culture that we can let everybody know why Greensburg is the greatest city in the world, because Greensburg is my city.